Hi, good evening, and welcome to Sports on a Thursday. I am Julian Gibson. The World Track and Field Championships ended on September 4th. Well, some 11 days, 10 hours, and 10 minutes later, the B3As held their press conference to respond to a number of issues the public is still fuming about. Charles Fisher tells us what happened in the relays.
Finally clearing the air. B3's boss Mike Sands stressing that the number of officials and delegates were not on par with the number of athletes.
And it is not 18, as has been repeatedly reported, of 18 officials traveling with the team and having a grand old time and having a party.
As for the men's 4x4, it was not a one-man decision by head coach Fritz Grant. 7 persons were in the pool. Their individual events came first.
Myself and Mr. Rami, we sat down and we went through their performance. We discussed each one item by item, individual athlete by individual athletes, to see exactly, who we think, who was a better person and what we will use for the lineup. We call a team meeting, meet with every athlete, all the quality managers. We call them in a meeting in the room, and we went through it. We asked them how they feel about it, what's your input. So this was not done solely by yours truly or Mr. Rami. We sat down with these men, looked them in the eyes, talked with them one-on-one, how do you feel? And we made some adjustments. And based on, at the end of the conversation, at the end of that meeting, we huddled up, fist to fist.
Ladies 4x1?
We had one opportunity to work with the women's 4x1 based on the schedule. We got in there on the 20th, the meet started on the 27th. Other countries had 1 week to 2 weeks of training camp that worked extremely well for them. For us, we are not fortunate because we didn't have sufficient funds, and that hurt the Bahamas team. We did not have sufficient time to do the necessary exchanges that we would like, barring in fact that these individual athletes, that was given preference, and we were not going to compromise their individual event over a relay.
And Mike Sands stands behind his coaches.
I am satisfied, and I have all confidence in the coaches to believe that they sat there with their best knowledge at that time and made a decision that they felt would have been in the best interest of the team.
And he knew this day was going to come as a result of the Bahamas' prior success.
I often say that one of the problems we're going to have in the Bahamas very soon is that when, not if, when we go to an Olympic Games or World Championships and we do not come back with a medal, persons will be disappointed and think we've failed. And that has become the nature of our sport. But notwithstanding, I am still very, very proud of the performances of those athletes.
For ZNS Total Sports, I'm Charles Fisher.
Well, lost in the shuffle of our World Track and Field team was our 8-member team to the 4th Commonwealth Games. Now, even though the Bahamas failed to collect a medal, former world and Olympic 400-meter champion Tony Williams-Darling, who served as coach, praised the athletes as only 3 Caribbean countries reached the medal stand.
One thing I noted with this team was that in the youth nationals, the athletes that we took weren't necessarily number 1 or 2 because some of the athletes in that age group have gone off to college. And so this is like our second and third stream, and they were very competitive. I think all of the competitors reached to the semifinals. And we have a particularly young man that is going to be an exceptional quarter miler, and so I think they're on point and they're ready, and they're going to do well in the future.
This was not Tonique's first duty as a coach of an international team, but these under-18 athletes performed well at the time because most athletes have already shut down their season.
Just being there and watching the athletes compete, you know that they gave their best. Antonique Butler, our triple jumper, she steadily progressed throughout the competition. She held the bronze medal position straight till the very last round. Jamaican competitor that was in 5th place with her very last jump went into the bronze medal position and knocked her into 5th and into 4th. And so that was a little bit disappointment there, but she did everything that she could do, and those sort of things happen.
Well, the final buzzer sounded in the Bahamas Basketball Federation Summer of Thunder Series last night at the Gendala Isaacs Gym. One game played. Pacific University Falcons put it on the Mailboat Cybots 93-52. Team Bahamas finished the summer-long games against American colleges with a record of 1-19. Bahamas Basketball Federation General Secretary Sean Bastian explains the 1-19.
Well, we were very pleased about the last 6 weeks of the Summer Thunder. I think that we have met our goal in terms of bringing the best collegiate in terms of Division I teams here to the Bahamas to compete against our local teams. We were happy to have C.I. Gibson, the first high school team, participated on Monday where they played Seattle Pacific University. I mean, that's a plus in itself in that we're looking at next summer to infiltrate, at least bring in more high school teams to compete in the Summer Thunder, which will get our high school male and female teams ready for the regular school year. So I think that's the way forward for the Federation next summer.
I guess you guys go right back to the drawing board and start planning?
Oh, yes. I mean, to be honest with you, with these teams, we start negotiation process way up in November, December, to really book the gymnasium and to really figure out hotels and ground transportation. So the Summer Thunder is basically a full operation, a full-time job in terms of communicating and making sure that the teams know what to expect when they get here.
Bankers League softball semifinal action yesterday at the Bankers softball field saw British American eliminating Citibank. The final score was 20-13. BA will now face Royal Bank of Canada. You can call this one a total team effort.
This is a closeout game for us. Obviously, early we played very well, but kind of lackadaisical in the latter part of the game. But we're happy to have won.
We did pretty well, you know, and we expect to go ahead and win the championship and repeat, you know, because right now we're taking it over just to do what we have to do.
I think we played an average game. We started out obviously very, very strong, got complacent in the middle of the game, but we finished out strong, and that's the important thing.
What's your team chances like going ahead towards the championship?
Well, I think we look good. We're going into the semi-final round. Obviously, we're having another hard round, but if we continue to hit the ball and execute, make the plays, obviously slow pitch, so you just got to make the plays that you could make and hit the ball. You'll be in most games.
And still talking softball, they finally played the championship game in the late Ron Wood Memorial Softball Tournament. It was the Belize Chiefs handcuffing Kalina 5-1 to cart away with all the cash money.
This is the first anniversary of his memorial, and we're hoping to have much more of these to carry his name and his number on. Tonight, we have a runner-up, which was sponsored by Kalina Insurance, and accepting the runner-up check on behalf of the team, Eddie Russell. We call him Big Time. Just want to say congratulations for second place, which is the runner-up. Congratulations on the job well done. And the championship winner, the Police Royals, Mr. Godfrey Willie, that I've known for many years. Just want to say congratulations on the job well done. Hope to see you next year.
It's just an honor to be able to come out here and be a part of Kalina and share in this memorable occasion. All of us who's been around softball for some time know the contribution that Ron Figurewood has made, and it was just a thrill to be here in his memory.
It was an honor to play in this tournament representing Ron's legacy. Me and Ron played together for a number of years, and it's just an honor to represent him as champion in this tournament.
Well, that's all the time for sports on a Thursday. Remember, folks, the Grand Bahama Regatta, it all starts tomorrow. Stay tuned. The weather forecast is still to come.